everybody, Joy here. It is Wednesday afternoon already. 2:20 in the afternoon already. I have been a busy girl today. I talked the other day about going to get a facial. I always forget if I tell you stuff on my other channel, Shine, or if I tell you stuff here. But somebody said, tell us about your facial. So here's the thing. I talked to my friend Philly the other day, and she said, oh, I can't talk, I've got to go have my facial. And I said, a facial? Where do you get that done? And she said, oh, it's such and such girl, and she'll just love it. It's so relaxing. I just can't wait to go there. I just relax so much. And I said, oh, I want to have a facial. And I said, there's no place down here that does anything like that. Well, guess what? I was wrong. I was so wrong. I've lived here over 20 years. 25 years, and I know Kingston, and I know Durant, and I know Medill. That's little towns all around here, all little bitty towns. So 2 years ago, somebody put in this really nice spa right next to this really awful restaurant that we don't like. So I called and I made an appointment yesterday, or the day before. It was the day before. And so I went this morning, and I just thought, oh, it's probably going to be terrible. I remember last time I did this, the girl just walked off and left me in the room by myself, and I thought she was never coming back. And oh. It was just, I don't know, a step away from heaven, my friends. I've told you before that young people scare me with all their tattoos, and I saw a girl the other day with 3 things coming out of her nose. I'm not kidding you. Not just one ring like a bull, but 3. Not piercings, but tattoos all up in their necks and all over their arms, and half of them are scary. Young people scare me. And so I thought, if I go in there, they're covered with tattoos and they have rings hanging out their nose, I'm just going to say, I changed my mind, I'm going to walk out. So I looked in the window and I looked, oh, this place looks really nice. But I didn't see anybody in there. So I opened the door and I walked in, and this little girl, she weighs 75 pounds, I swear. She was old enough to be married and had been in the Army, and she's not in the Army anymore. So she wasn't, everybody looks 12 years old when you get to be in your 70s. And so she's a tiny little thing, just darling. And she walks up to me and she says, I'm Mary. And I said, well, hi, Mary. And I was impressed immediately. Clean hair, no tattoos, no rings hanging out her nose, nothing stuck in her lip, nothing stuck in her eyebrows. I mean, she just looked like a normal, clean-cut young person without a lot of issues. And so I met her, and then she said, come back here, you're going to be in here. And she showed me this room. I'll show you a picture of it right here. So I looked in that room and I saw the flowy looking silky, what kind of fabric would that be? A gauze? Some kind of a sheer that somebody had draped all over the entire ceiling and over the back wall, and these little lights, and the bed was as clean as could be. The room was as clean as could be. And then this other little girl came, just as darling, just as sweet. Her name was Amy. And so Amy was doing my feet, and Mary was doing my face and my chest and my hands and my arms at the same time. One at my feet and one at my head. And Mary says, we are here to pamper you today. What? You know what pamper means? I did not say that. I just thought, I can't imagine. I told her, I said, I just can't even imagine what that's going to be like. So I said, what do I need to do? And she said, well, if you want me to do your chest, you might want to take your blouse off. And I said, well, should I take my bra? She said, it's completely up to you. You're going to be under the covers. So I took everything off but my panties. And I crawled in the little bed and pulled up the covers. And so then the girl at my feet pulled the covers up to my knees. And then the other girl, you know, I just had the covers like down to here. And they worked on me for an hour and a, let me see, when did I leave there? I don't even know what time I left there, 10:30. My appointment was 10 and I think I left there like 11:30. So they worked on me a long time. And my face just, oh, it feels so soft. And my neck, oh, and my hands and my feet. I said, can you two girls come live with me? I said, I bet you hear that all the time, don't you? They had this little heater running in there. They had soft, lovely music playing. It was singing, but it was nice songs. Songs you could understand the words to. Very nice music. No scents, no perfumes, no candles, no scents. It was just, oh. I said, do the ladies ever fall asleep? She said, oh yeah. She said, I've had them snoring at me and I've had to wake them up before. But, oh my goodness. I am telling you, I said, oh, my neck. I said, I sleep in an elevated bed. She said, oh, would you like me to go get a towel and put it underneath your neck? She runs out, she gets a towel, she rolls it up, she puts it underneath my neck. The other girl working on my feet. She said, are you comfortable? I said, yes, I'm just fine. She said, would you like me to get something to put underneath your knees and raise them up a little bit? I said, oh, that would be wonderful. So she goes out and she gets something, she puts it under my knees. I could not have been more comfortable. Nobody else was there, I was the only one. So she said things have been slow since after the holidays, so fine with me. I love being the only person there. So that's why my hair looks messed up, because you know they take a towel and I can't use this to show you, but they take a towel and they roll it up like this, and then they wrap it around your whole head and fasten it up here. So, I mean, you've got a big turban around your head so they can just do your face and not get it in your hair. So by the time they take that off my hair, it's pointing all over the place. I have no bangs, the back is sticking up like a ducktail. But they have a one-person beauty shop in there. And so you can sit in the beauty shop chair and you can fix your hair. So this is as good as I could do it on the second time around today. I just gave Jerry and me both a haircut a couple days ago. So that's it for the spa. I think I showed you a couple pictures instead of just one, so you can see how nice. It's called Journey Well. Like take a journey begins with one step. Journey Well Spa. And I noticed that they had, and if you saw the pictures, I noticed that they had a whole entire wall, length of this room, whole entire wall covered with mirrors, and that wall over there covered with mirrors the whole way up and down. I said, do y'all teach dance here or have aerobics or something? I would totally come here for aerobics. She said, no, but we have yoga. I said, yoga? I don't know if I could do yoga at my age. I could get my feet up on a table and I can bend over and touch the floor. But other than that, I don't know that I can get my body in much of a complicated position. So that was it for exercise. So let's talk about my coat. I'm making a coat, Simplicity 8218. The pattern directions are terrible. Remember I told you that the facing piece is 5/8 inch wider right here than the coat. You're attaching the facing to the coat, the collar. This is actually the top of the collar that you will see. When you look at the person wearing the coat, you will see this piece. This piece is 5/8 inch wider. So the pattern tells you to sew 2 rows of wide length stitching. To ease the outer edge of the upper collar between the notches, stitch along the seam line and stitch at 1/4 inch away within the seam allowance using a long machine stitch. So that means you're going to put a gathering stitch from this notch way down here, all the way up here, up here, up here, up here, up here, all the way up to here, which I did. 2 rows of stitching, and I lightly gathered it. I had to take that completely out. It did not need one bit of easing. It fits exactly together with no easing, no gathering. Viv told me, oh, there's a lady on there that does a tutorial on that pattern. I said, oh, I want to watch it. So I turned it on and I put it to the end where she was doing this piece. She said, I ended up not using the gathering at all. It doesn't even need it. I went, hello, it's not just me. So, very bad. So then the next thing it does is, so I got the facing. Here you can see it. Here's the facing. You can see the interfacing on the back of it. And it's sewn to the coat. Okay? So this is the part of the collar that's going to show. I'll try to put it on. It's just pinned in some places. It's not pressed. And so it's not going to look right at all. But I just want to tell you something else. They don't tell you to do that you should. Viv made this coat. Viv made this coat twice. And she gave me a picture of one of the coats. Maybe both of the coats. I'll show you Viv's coat right here. So, of course, I said to Viv, how on earth did you do this facing? And she said, I don't remember, Joy. But I did ask her, the directions do not tell you, they don't tell you to finish this edge right here. They don't tell you to finish this edge. And they don't tell you to sew it down so it doesn't flop out. So if you want to make this, it's pretty easy to make if you realize that the directions are strange, okay? I hope that makes sense. In fact, let me show you the picture here. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. I can do a few tricks, some old and some new tricks. I'm very versatile. Okay, right here, you can see the picture. Do you see how they have done 2 rows of stitching to gather that area right there? Not needed. Don't do that. If you make this, you don't need it. I made mine out of fleece. The lady on the internet made hers out of something real furry. Some kind of furry stuff. And she did not need that either. So, I just wanted to tell you, I haven't completely finished it yet. I had to go get a facial this morning. A facial and a Footcial. They did my feet. Oh. Get your feet done. $35. Get your feet done. Worth. I think I would rather have had my feet done than my face. It was wonderful. You know how icky your feet get, all that skin on your heels and stuff? Ooh. And the cuticles around your toenails. Oh, it just felt absolutely wonderful, whatever she did. All right, so the next thing I want to tell you. Let me tell you first of all, this is January 5, 2022. 2022. So if you, for some reason, are watching this video in 2050 or something, what I'm going to tell you now does not apply, all right? Yesterday I had to take Jerry to the dentist to have oral surgery. They put him to sleep, so I had to take him. So while they were operating on him, I went to Walmart to get some groceries that we needed. Well, while I was there, I had an hour and a half to waste. And so I was just wandering around and, oh, I wonder what that is. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wonder what this is. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. And then I happened upon this table of these tops. And of course you can tell by the print that I would be attracted to this because of the print. I love florals. So I thought, and it was messy. It was very messy. Some of them were open. Some of them had been opened up and thrown back down. There was supposed to be 2 in each package. Some of them just had 1 in a package. Some of them had none in a package. Some of them that had 2 in the package didn't match the pictures that were supposed to be in the package. They were just inside. Let me see if I can find. Here, this is what they were in. They were in this. The Pioneer, I didn't know the Pioneer Woman even had clothes. The Pioneer Woman. And so it shows on the package the 2 tops that are supposed to be in the package. Half of them had different tops in them. You could tell they'd been taken out, put back in, because it's very easy to remove them. See, one just went on this side and one went on this side. But look at the price. Look at the price. $5. $5 for 2 tops. So I picked up a couple of these, 2 of them. So I brought home 4 tops yesterday. Went and got Jerry from the dentist, came home. Tried one on. I wore it in a video yesterday and somebody said, oh, the top of that top, the neckline of that top you have on is finished so nicely. Yes, it is. And I said, tell us about that top. This is the most professionally finished top I have ever purchased. Double stitching on the sleeve, it's straight and it's even. All of the edges are serged and turned in. Double stitching here, there's no seam that sticks out because they sewed it together. You know, a lot of the tops they sew all the way around and they finish it here, and so there's a seam, this big bump. Drives me crazy. I can't stand tops like that because I have really, really sensitive skin, and I have to actually put a Band-Aid over it to even wear those kind of tops. This doesn't have that. It's finished beautifully. It doesn't need a round back. It doesn't need a sway back. It's soft. It's a beautiful fabric. I love it. Not only that, this is a medium. I bought a medium. I brought them home. Usually I buy a large or an extra large because I like room in them. But then I always take them back because they're way too big up here, and the top always, always, always gapes. This doesn't gape. It doesn't need a tuck. It doesn't need anything. It lies right against my chest. So I showed it to Jerry and I said, you won't believe, or no, I actually had one on when he got home. He had an appointment yesterday at 4 o'clock, which the dentist told me not to go to, but he went anyway. He had an appointment at 4 o'clock. When he got home from it, he saw me in the top because I brought it home and put it on. He said, I love that top. Where'd you get that top? I said, I just bought it today. I said, would you believe I paid $2.50 for it? He said, what? I said, I'm totally serious, $2.50. He said, you should go back and get some more of them. I said, Jerry, there's hundreds of them there. There was 2 tables. You know, they're about this high, and they have shelves on the bottom, and then the top, and then they stack all the shirts on them. They had 2 of them. And they had these, probably 100 of them, stacked. Most of them were extra, extra large and extra, extra, extra large. And I guess nobody wanted those great big giant ones, but they had a whole bunch of small, a whole bunch of medium, and a whole bunch of large. And so, like I said, they were open and they were just thrown everywhere. So I picked up a large that was open and I held it up. It could have gone around me twice. I thought, well, boy, I sure don't need a large. I'll take home some mediums. So I took home some mediums. So the mediums are fine, except let's see here how the shoulder seam is out here. It needs to be up in here to fit me perfect. So Jerry said, go buy it and buy some more. He said, if you wear them twice and throw them away, dust the bedroom with them. My gosh, they're so cheap. So I went back today and I probably bought 20 more. But I bought smalls. The smalls fit me perfect. Perfect. The problem with the smalls is they cling a little bit more. There's plenty of room, but they cling a little bit more to my inner tube here, and I never liked that. If my pants would stay up, it would help. But they cling a little bit more, but they fit me perfect. So I have smalls, I have mediums, and why they aren't selling, I do not know. But if you like them, they only have about 8 colors, 8 different patterns. There's an avocado green, there's a white, there's a light blue, there's a dark blue, there's a black, there's a red, there's a pink. For $2.50, My goodness, where to clean the house, where to wash the car. I'm wearing it for good. I think they're just darling. I just love them. So, the one I wore yesterday was one of the original 4 that I bought. Was it blue? I think it was navy blue or dark blue or something. Jerry really liked it. So anyway, that's all I have to tell you today. If you make this pattern new Simplicity 8218, if you make it, make a smaller size than you usually make. It's sized very, very large. And remember, you do not have to do that gathering. I'll probably get it finished today, and then I can show it to you all done. But you saw Viv's, so you can see how nice it looks. I had to get a drink. Okay, that's all I have to tell you today. I'm going to start sewing more. I really want to get my kitty cat quilt out and work on it, but we've got to take a trip to Oklahoma City here pretty quick about our building in Oklahoma City. It looks like we sold our Kingston building with the first person that looked at it. So we've already got the contract and that thing's moving along. So we still need to get the building sold in Oklahoma City. I told you if we had 3 people interested. Well, it's narrowed down to 1 now. Only that one is very, very slow to figure out if he can afford it or not. And Jerry kind of likes him and wants him to have it and whatever. So we've got to go up there pretty quick. So I think I'm going to just keep crocheting and finish this coat. And since I've got 20 new blouses, what are you going to do with all those blouses? I want to put half of them in the RV and half of them in this house. And I figure if somebody comes to visit me, like Philly came here one time and she forgot to bring some t-shirts. I can say, here, wear these. Only Philly's got Dolly Parton boobs. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm going to let you go for now. I'm going to finish my coat. I will be crocheting. I'm definitely going back for another facial. Oh, my face. It just feels like a baby's bottom. Oh, it just feels fabulous. The girl told me I had beautiful skin. I thought, oh, she probably tells everybody that. But anyhow, praise the Lord. I'll be back soon.